Alright, hello everybody, my name is Amantis. Welcome to my channel. Today we're gonna be playing with Chicken Police, Painted Red. And if you've enjoyed the opening music previously, it is another piece by Robert Cavallo. I will put the link down below, and you should definitely go check his work out because a lot of his work is jazz noir-ish themes. Chicken Police Painted Red is available on multiple platforms, on PC, console, and now mobile. I'll put the links in the description box, and if you wish to try out the free demo, it is available on Steam. Without further ado, we shall start with where we've left off last time. Oh, we're back at the police station. And if you remember in the previous episode, we were at Natasha's weekend house and we discovered murder, so the porcupine and the hedgehog are no longer standing around outside the police station. So we come inside to see if we can get some more information. We've also talked to Mullen in the previous episode at the newsstand. And over here we've got Officer Barkman, Blood Boyle, and Monica. Let's talk to Blood Boyle for a moment.
Shouting in 3, 2, 1.
And action.
Martin, what the hell do you think you're doing?
We're just patrolling, sir.
At the station?
No, we're here for something else, sir.
You missed me, huh?
No, sir. I mean, yes, sir. I mean...
Why are you grinning, Santino?
I can't grin, sir. I have a beak.
Don't be cute, I can see it in your eyes.
Should I close them, sir?
Don't you peck at me, chicken, you hear?
We're not even here anymore, Chief. We just quickly stopped by for something.
Get out of my sight.
Yes, sir.
Clearly Blood Boyle doesn't seem to like us. Or rather, he actually doesn't like us. Let's continue speaking to him.
You're on duty. Am I right, Martin?
Yes, sir.
And why the hell are you standing here? Don't you have something to do?
I do, sir.
Then fuck off. And you, Sonny, don't even think about saying anything. I can already see you're dying to say something funny.
I wouldn't think about it, sir.
But the boss probably knows me well. Okay, let's talk to Officer Barkman.
Officer Barkman, one of Blood Boyle's little protégés.
Probably not. Let's keep talking to Monica instead. Let's look at her.
Tonight, the heart of the station is beating incessantly.
That was beautiful, boss.
Let's speak with Monica.
Hey, Mon. Is the boss, angry today?
Angry? That's an understatement.
I see the New Year's madness has started. Everyone busy?
As normal, boys. The city's gone crazy, and we already have our first dead body. They found a girl in Flowerville. It's a nasty case.
What do we know about it?
Sonny, you know I can't tell you.
Oh, come on, Mon. I only have 120 days left. We could pretend these are my last beautiful days.
On my feathers, Sonny, stop that. It's so not your style.
Ah, he's been like this all day.
Shut up, Marty. Come on, Mon.
All right. Though I don't know much. The girl was found inside a house. I won't tell you the address. I have a hunch you already know.
Why do you think that?
Never mind. Anyway, she was naked, but there wasn't any sign of a struggle. There was a message written on the wall and on her back, too.
That's all?
That's all.
Thanks, Mon.
You're not gonna ask what the message was?
Oh yeah, what was it?
You already know, don't you?
I'm an open book to you, Mon.
One I've read too many times.
Right, and I'm just wondering if I can ask a couple more questions about the body and what they found. Yep. We can ask a little bit about Blood Boil, Strange Card, Deborah Ibanez, and Phil Marlowe. As always, we will just go down the list.
I see the boss is ready to explode today.
What did you expect? The madness kicked in and he's gotta be at the PD. Deputy Malloy's blind drunk.
What's the name of the old man's wife again? Poor lady.
Marcia. She was waiting here for a while too, hoping it'll only take a few minutes. But as soon as they saw the state Malloy was in, she got into a taxi and went home.
So that's why the old hound's so angry.
Please, boys, don't make him more so, all right?
Unfortunately, I can't promise that, doll.
As usual.
Strange card. Yes, the card that we have in our items. If you remember, it says SN with kind of monogram.
Look what we found, Mon. Does this mean anything to you?
It's beautiful. Embossed, gilded. These are rare. But I've never seen anything like this one before. Where's it from?
I'm afraid that's a secret, at least for now.
You haven't taken vital evidence from a crime scene, I hope.
Oh, what are you thinking?
On my feathers. You're gonna be in trouble, boys.
Only if we don't wrap it up, Mon.
Let's ask more about Deborah.
Listen, Mon, that girl they found in Flowerville.
You've seen her, right?
Yes, we were first on the scene.
Boys, you know I should report you immediately, don't you?
We know, Mon. We're only asking for a little more time. We're hot on the trail. If you learn anything, would you, please tell us?
Are you crazy?
Hey, keep it down. Blood Boil's right behind us.
Please, Mon. It's a matter of life and death.
God damn. Okay, but only because I can see how much it means to you.
Thanks, doll. We'll be forever grateful.
So right now we don't have any more extra information on Deborah. Let's ask more about Philmar.
Good old Philmar hasn't been sniffing around here recently.
Yeah, he was here a week and a half ago. He used the archives and took out some public records.
That's all?
That's all. Oh, and he asked me out for a coffee.
I hope you said no.
Why are you so interested, Marty?
No, I'm not. I just...
I told him no. Just like I told you no on all 25 occasions.
Glad to hear that.
Monica's keeping count. Let's see what else we can talk about.
Can I be honest? I'm worried about you boys. You haven't gotten mixed up in some shady affair, have you?
We have. Sorry, Mon. I could never lie to you.
Well, then I strongly advise you to get yourself out of it because I'm not in the mood for your funeral, all right?
Furry gods, don't be so extreme, Mon. It's just some routine sniffing around on New Year's Eve.
You don't do routine, boys. When you're sniffing around, fire and chaos follow.
Hey, you're not Meredith H. Marble, the author of the Chicken Police books, by any chance? That would have been a great blurb.
I'm not joking, boys.
Okay, Mon. We'll be careful.
I hope so.
Okay, seems we probably have... That's probably the maximum that we can get out of Monica.
We have no business there.
For sure. Okay, now that we've done with the questioning, we shall head to a different location. Can either go to the Hotel Atlas, which is, of course, where we live, where Sonny lives. We can go back to the newsstand, or we can go to the Czar Club. We were at the newsstand previously, so we will head to the Czar Club instead. See if we can dig up any info.
So what are we doing here again, Sonny?
I don't know. Maybe we could question Natasha.
Do you think she's here?
Who knows, Marty? We'll see.
There's Philmar. Maybe he knows something.
Yeah, maybe he's not drunk as a skunk.
Stop projecting onto others, old chicken.
Ah, shut the clock up, Marty.
Oh, I'm sorry I hurt your precious feelings, Boss Bird.
Well, Philmar's out here. At least we don't have to go inside for now.
Philmar looks a bit soaked, doesn't he?
Well, it is raining.
I didn't mean the rain, Marty.
Yeah, I know.
Well, unfortunately, we don't have an umbrella on us, but let's have a talk with him.
Hey, old bird. What are you waiting for out here in the rain?
Is that you, boys? I'm a little, tired.
I can see that, pal.
Oh, it's alright. I just can't find my car. I don't see very well in the rain. My eyesight's pretty bad. I should wear glasses. Imagine that. A hawk wearing glasses.
Yeah, it's funny.
There ain't nothing funny about it, Snowflake.
Whoa, all right, sorry.
Have you seen Natasha or Ibn since we left?
Ibn? He scuppered off a long time ago. Natasha, I haven't seen her.
Thanks anyway, pal. Good luck with finding your car. You, want some help?
Could it be that I didn't come here by car? What do you think, Sonny? Old friend?
Well, I wouldn't know that, Phil, but, you take care, all right?
Ah, you're telling me? Oh, that's funny.
Clearly, Philmar is probably a little bit sloshed. But let's see if we have some extra information on Philmar, because we just saw a pop-up. Philmar... Oh, here we go. Philmar is soaked to the bones. Ayo, buddy, it's so cliche. Let's head back out. Okay, is there a newspaper?
Tonight? Maybe we'll be on the front page once again.
Oh, God forbid.
Advertisement tower.
Moonlight Boulevard. Ah, that movie. It's a real classic, I'm telling you.
If you say so, Mr. Film Critic.
Laugh all you want, but believe it or not, very few have seen more movies in the city than me. So, you can believe me.
I would never try to doubt your word.
Let's head back out. Maybe we can talk to the bouncer once more.
Hey, boys, tell me, is Natasha still inside?
I can't give you any information about that, gentleman. I'm sorry.
Ah, the regulations. I know. We've gotten used to it.
I am glad to hear that.
And your boss, Wessler? Can we find him in the VIP lounge?
I'm afraid I can't tell you that either.
But we can take a look for ourselves, right?
No problem, gentlemen.
Thanks, Wooly.
Your friend's not the talkative type, is he? He understands what we're saying, right?
Don't anger me, chicken, or I'll tear out your throat before you could say hemp seed.
Ha! Just try, Fleabag.
Hey, folks, relax. The night's still young. We'll have plenty of time to tear each other's throats out, but right now we're busy.
Huh. You're right.
Bye, guys.
Goodbye, gentlemen.
Or at least they're letting us in, unlike previously. There's a fancy car out.
If this car's still here, and Wessler's already gone, that means it's not his car.
It's like your first day as a detective. You didn't consider that he could have multiple cars?
Huh. You could be right.
Sometimes I think you breathe in too much gun smoke, Marty.
But I love the smell so much.
Do we have anything else that we can click? Nope, let's just go inside. Good at letting us in. At least they're letting us in without the need to get through the goons and have through a friend. Okay, so we have nobody here on the side of the room. There's a fox fella. Olivia is there talking to a fox fella. The stage is there. Big Buck is still with his group of ladies. And a henchman, but no name. And there's another lady here. Let's talk to the bartender.
I can't stand that guy. Why doesn't he have his mane cut?
Stop being so old man. It's a different world now. That's a kind of fashion, you know.
Yeah, fashion.
I'll speak with him.
Hello again, Bojack.
Please don't call me that, sir.
You're right. I'm sorry. What's your name again?
Well, if you really must know, I'm Lance, sir.
Okay, Lance. Listen, it's very important.
Oh, please, sir. Don't get me involved in anything. I just want to get my shift over with and go home to sleep. Relax. There won't be a problem. Just answer the questions honestly. If I must, let's give it a try.
Right, kid.
Lance.
Lance. Yeah. So, have you seen Natasha since her performance?
Oh, no. Don't ask me anything about Miss Kitsenko and Mr. Wessler. It could cost me my job or even more. Hey, it's a matter of national security.
It could be.
Yeah, see, it could be. So, if you help, you won't only be helping us, but the crown and the whole city of Clawville. Oh, okay, all right, just stop that chicken shit, will ya? I saw Natasha, yeah. She came down, spoke with someone, then stormed out the front door.
And then what happened?
She came right back in 2 or 3 minutes later, soaked to the bone. She was in a hurry. She went up to her suite, then came back down and left.
And you haven't seen her since?
I genuinely haven't seen her ever since, sir.
Thanks, Lance. You've been a great help.
I'm happy to hear that. So Natasha had left.
Seems so, but she never arrived at the weekend house.
Then?
Then we'll stay with the original plan. We'll gather our thoughts at the office and go over everything we know.
Okay, Boss Bird. Lead the way.
At least we know that Natasha is not at the Czar bar, at the Czar's anymore, for now. And something must have happened, especially if she had to run out in a hurry and back in and leave once again. Let's talk to Olivia for a moment.
So we meet again. How unpleasant.
I'm sorry, Olivia. We won't keep you long. Perhaps you could tell us if you've seen Natasha.
She hired you and you already lost sight of her? That's unfortunate.
We should have met her, but she didn't show up. Should we be worried?
Are you asking me that? I haven't seen her since she was on stage. Not like I was paying any attention to her or anything.
Thanks, sweetheart. We won't bother you anymore.
Thanks, Olivia.
Don't mention it.
But it seems that we also have the ask function. Okay. So those are the questions that we've already asked her.
Wessler's secretary could even know something useful.
Well, not right now. At least. Not for now.
Whatever you say, Sonny, what Natasha was doing on the stage, no man can ignore. Or woman, for that matter.
I didn't say I ignored it, Marty, but you gotta learn to separate the client from the job.
Ah, that's a cheap script, Sonny. You know the world doesn't work like that. And you definitely don't work like that.
If you say so.
Let's see if we can find a couple more hints on the stage.
Bourbon moon hangs in the sky.
Guess not. Okay, let's... Yeah, they probably won't have any more clues from Big Buck.
This guy was here before, right? He's handling it pretty well.
And there are even more pretty dames all over him. You think they dig his antlers that much?
More like his wallet, Marty.
Gotta love the comments that they make. Oh, here's a fancy whiskey.
Look, Sonny, I know it's not my place, but Laura's father went to that guy when his, problems had gone too far.
You're treading on thin ice, Marty.
No, Look, fellas at the station are talking, All kinds of things. Moses, Plato, Bosco, and the others.
Talking, eh? About what? About why Blood Boil took my badge? About what an untrustworthy alcoholic wreck I am?
Look, I'm sorry, it doesn't matter.
Good, and let it stay that way.
At least we're cracking this one together, yeah?
Sure, Marty.
We got an achievement unlocked. Let's take a look at the whiskey in our hands. What's that? Whiskey glass, the Golden Eagle.
Come to daddy, darling.
The bottle of whiskey. I really love the design of the glass bottle. Okay, I guess. Okay, let's see if there's anything else that we need to pick up. Probably not. Okay, let's head off to... probably to the Hotel Atlas. Do we have any other place that we need to visit? Nope. Hotel Atlas it is to continue with our story.
We had no choice but to continue the investigation where it started. In that shady little apartment I called home. The only lead was the list Fillmore gave us, with all those imposing names on it. But what could it mean? And why did Natasha keep it secret from us? But most importantly, what did all this have to do with Deborah's death? The trail started to get cold, and so did the air outside. There was something unsettling in the black clouds, hiding all the stars. I prayed that they didn't bring an early snowfall. The night was already painful enough.
So, what are we doing here?
Trying to calm down. I'll have a shot.
Sure you will.
And we're trying to put the pieces together, of course. Figure out what's next.
And what is next, Boss Bird?
Let's take a look at what we've learned so far. So, how did this whole case start?
Looks like we've entered into the next part of the game. It's where we don't just question people. Now it's time to investigate. Okay, we've got a couple of suspects. Over here we have Deborah, Wessler, Lewis, the rabbit, Natasha, and Olivia. We've got a couple of clues here. The gangster lover, strange threats, Deborah is dead, Natasha is afraid, Natasha and Molly. We know that Molly is Sonny's wife, ex-wife now. So for sure, suspect is probably not going to be Deborah. There's a strange list of things for items. We have the Magnum in our hand, a letter from Natasha sent to us by Deborah in an early episode at the beginning of the game, Natasha's key, and we have a card with the initials SN. Alright, so let's see how we are gonna do with the investigation. Deborah, I'm not sure. Got Wessler. Could be important, but not now. Almost, but not quite. Natasha. Yes, that's going to be right. And let's take a look at the letter. Nope. Seems that we don't have. Natasha is a frightened cat. I'm not sure. The gangster lover, maybe? It could be important, but not now. Strange threats. That's it. So we'll pin these two guys together. Natasha and the threats, but what's the connection? A, they were clearly addressed to her. They make her suspicious. She's the source of them. It clearly weren't for her. Given how afraid Natasha was, they were clearly addressed to her.
Yeah, the threats are meant for Natasha, no doubt about that.
Okay. And we probably have to put a clue or some items. We don't know yet, but let's see what. Almost, but not quite. Strange list. Yes, this is it. Oh.
But there was something Natasha didn't speak about.
She showed it to us, for sure it wasn't. She kept it a secret, she lied about it, and she just forgot to mention. Well, I would say she kept it secret.
Natasha is terrified, and she's in real danger. But she kept this list hidden from us. It seems too important to keep it a secret.
And we have another person. We can probably put Ibn on it. Nope. Maybe Lewis. Lewis? Really?
But what could we do with this list?
Well, he may know something about it.
I know only one person who moves in circles high enough to know where it's from. Lewis. We must ask him if we want to get out of this dead end.
Well, given Lewis is probably a patron in many establishments, given he has VIP status at the Czar Club. Alright, let's keep going.
So, the card is, maybe a dead end. The piece of painting, too.
But the list Filmar gave us...
Exactly. Full of those imposing names. And I only know one person who moves in similar circles.
Lamar!
Yes, Marty. It's Lewis. Exactly.
Of course, it's Lewis. But where do we find the Bunny Man?
Well, since he owns this building, I'm hoping he's here. It's worth a call.
You know his number?
By heart. 555-932. I wrote it down in my notebook as well.
Oh, you are a professional, Boss Bird.
Looks like we're gonna have to call Lewis. Let's see, we've got the phone. And then we're gonna have to get Lewis. 555-932. We're gonna have to use the phone once again. Let's pick up the phone and use the rotary phone. I wonder if he's home.
Hey, Lewis, sorry to disturb you again. Could you come over to my place? I have a question for you. It's very important. It's about a case.
A real case? With the chicken police? Of course, Sonny. I'll be over in a few minutes.
Thanks, pal. I owe you one.
One? Just a second.
Okay, we've got Lewis. Hello, sir. Let's look at him for a moment.
Good old rabbit. I can always rely on him.
Let's speak to him.
Thanks, Lewis. Again.
Oh, don't mention it. Besides, it was my big dream to help you with a serious case.
Well, let's hope you can help. What can you tell me about this list, old pal?
Well,
These names. I know half of them personally. Maybe even more.
I knew it.
But I have no idea what kind of list this is.
Here we go.
But these are all members of the upper class. Politicians, business people. Oh my. Even the commander of the Royal Guard.
Damn.
But I really don't know what it means.
So, is it a dead end?
I'm afraid so.
Well, we have unlocked the ask function. Okay, we can ask about Deborah, Evan Wessler, and Natasha. Let's go in order.
Deborah, the girl who came to me tonight.
Yes, she's a very lovely young lady.
Where did you take her after you two left?
Where she asked me to Flowerville.
Flowerville? Rochester Street 37?
Yes, exactly. Why?
Luck.
Did something happen?
Nothing good, Lewis. Nothing good.
Oh, no. That makes Lewis a potential suspect because he was the one who drove Deborah home after Deborah showed up at the Hotel Atlas unannounced in the beginning of the game. Alright, let's ask about the strange card.
This?
This?
Oh, my goodness.
I think we have a bingo, gentlemen.
You see, I also have one of these.
A card? Like this? Really?
Yes. It's a membership card to a very exclusive club.
How exclusive?
Very.
That's what I'm talking about.
What does SN mean, Lewis?
It's the Sweltering Nile.
But that's a...
Well, yes, it's a brothel, but it's not like that. It's something completely different.
Calm down, Lewis. We're not going to tell anybody.
Thank you so much. It is rather embarrassing.
Listen, Lewis, how do we get in?
You want to get in? Well, if you show them this card, they'll surely let you in, but it will be obvious you're not regulars there.
We're used to that.
So, are we going to a luxury brothel?
Correct, Marty. Thanks for the help, Lewis. I owe you one. For the third time today, I think.
Okay, we have a new clue. Let's ask a bit more about Wessler.
I don't know what you said to him, but after you finished, he almost immediately van disappeared.
Really? That's suspicious.
Or he had business elsewhere. It's New Year's Eve. Everybody's going somewhere.
At least we know what happened to Ibn. And at least he's another eyewitness for Wesley's disappearance. Let's ask about Natasha.
I didn't see her after the show. If I'm not mistaken, she usually leaves when everyone else has already left.
What else do you know about her, Lewis?
Oh, not much. What everybody knows. She was a dancer, then a backing singer, then star, and then club owner.
We found out as much already. Do you think she'd fled the Stavonian massacre? That's why the secrecy.
Do you mean the massacre of the royal family? I'd say her accent is a dead giveaway, and her name too, though it's undoubtedly an alias.
So it's possible that she is a part of the royal family?
I don't think so. Nobody could have survived that awful night.
You're probably right.
At least we know that Natasha is potentially royal blood. And let's ask more about the Sweltering Nile.
What should we know about the place, Lewis? Besides what they're dealing in there?
No, it's an elegant and exclusive place. Not everybody visits them for that, you know. Some animals just go for company.
I see. I guess it's mostly visited by the upper class.
Mostly, yes. The wealthy who have a taste.
Yes, of course.
Is it true what they say, that it's some kind of hidden stronghold of the royalists?
The Nile is a proud herald of the coexistence of all the species, yes, but stronghold? I don't think so.
But the place must be an eyesore for the Separatists, right?
Oh, don't worry for the girls, Sonny. They can defend themselves quite well. The Separatists wouldn't dare to go near the place.
Well, we'll see what they have to say about these two old cocks.
That was a little bit, equivocal.
Alright, we've asked everything that we need to ask, and let's talk to him one more time.
May I ask what you have gotten yourself into? This looks serious.
It's complicated, Lewis, but nothing good. I can tell you that much.
Ah, is there anything else that I can help you with?
Maybe there's something.
Maybe there's something. Well, we've asked everything that we needed to ask. We have... Let's see what we've unlocked. Well, okay, we've unlocked the Sweltering Nile. That is... Seems that we need to go to that place after. And... let's see, do we have... Okay, we have this. The card we found on Deborah is a membership card of a luxury brothel, the Sweltering Nile. Maybe we have an update on Natasha. We know where Natasha came to Clawville from, but there are several years in her life that are completely dark to us. Not even the all-knowing Mullen could tell us more about her. Okay. Do we have anything else? Probably. Well, well, it seems old Thumper likes to kill time in a very luxurious way. Oh. Oh dear Lewis. You sure know how to enjoy yourself. Okay. Right, jokes aside, we are going to Sweltering Nile because this is the only location we have. And without further ado, let's go!
To Marty's delight, we were heading toward the most exclusive brothel in Clawville. The Separatists and those opposing the monarchy hated the place, just like they hated everything that supported interracial relations and peaceful coexistence of all species. So the place wasn't just a brothel, it was a symbol. But just like a brothel is not a worthy symbol, Clawville failed to turn out the way it was intended.
Well, here we are. The kingdom of long legs, silky skin, and fluttering lashes. We've arrived.
Calm down, Marty. Watch your blood pressure.
Okay, we have entered the brothel and chapter 2 of the game. Almost legendary luxury brothel that is visited mainly by members of the upper crust, and by Lewis, as it turned out recently. Okay. Do we have anything else? Yes, we have Mullen's newsstand, a tiny kiosk in the heart of the Calavera Hills. It's a small, almost invisible, but hides one of the most crucial things in this shithole. Knowledge. Yes, indeed. Okay, we have, let's see, we have the receptionist, we have a door, we have a dog dame, lemur, a bird fella, probably a bouncer, and a foxy lady. Let's talk to the receptionist first.
I think she must be the receptionist.
Bravo, Mr. Detective.
Why'd you have to be like that all the time?
Well, sometimes I seriously can't decide if you've become totally stupid over the years, or it just entertains you to act that way.
Well, you know, that's a good question.
That's exactly what I mean.
Okay, let's speak to her.
My name is Day-Night Diamond. Welcome to the Sweltering Nile, gentlemen.
Miss Diamond, I'm Sonny, and this is my partner, Marty.
If I may, miss, you have a beautiful name and exceptionally wonderful stripes.
Marty, not now.
Oh, thank you very much.
Please excuse him. He doesn't visit places like this very often. Me neither, to be honest.
Oh, nothing to worry about, gentlemen. There's a first time for everyone.
You're absolutely right.
We're just interested in a certain lady called Deborah.
Deborah? We don't have any employees by that name right now, but if you want, any of our girls would love to be Deborah for a night.
No. Excuse me, you misunderstand. She doesn't work here.
I'm afraid I don't follow.
It's kind of confusing, but let me try to explain.
Please, I'm at your service. I'll gladly answer any of your questions.
Hear that, Sonny? Any questions?
Shut up, Marty.
Here we have some extra personal information. And we have a new function. We have the ask function. Let's learn a little bit more about Deborah. Excuse me. Day-night diamond. Zebra. Beautiful, calm, and professional, and probably a courtesan. Pretty zebra receptionist behind the desk at the Nile. Okay, let's ask her a couple of questions. We've got a police badge, Lewis Hayworth, strange list of names, and about the Sweltering Nile. Let's give her a badge.
I wouldn't want to offend you, far from it, but it's evident you're from the police, even without this.
Is it that obvious?
No, it isn't, but, you know, here in the Nile, we have a keen eye for this kind of thing.
Right. I understand, ma'am.
So my fake police badge actually came in handy. Let's ask about Lewis.
Do you know a gentleman named Lewis C. Hayworth?
Of course I do. Mr. Hayworth is a regular guest at our establishment.
I see. How regular, if I may ask?
I can't give you any information about that. House policy.
We have that too. It's called the law, ma'am.
If you have any questions of that nature, please come back with a warrant.
Touche.
We're gonna ask a little bit more about the strange list
Does
of names.
this list mean anything to you?
This? I'm not sure. No, nothing.
Don't you see some familiar names on there?
I do, but everybody knows those animals. Personally, I have no contact with any of them.
I see. Oh, thank you.
And about the strange card.
Look, she gave this to us. The girl named Deborah, the one we asked you about.
I see.
Do you know what this is?
Of course. It's a membership card.
Was this person a regular here?
If this belonged to her, then yes. I can check for you. Please, the ladies will entertain you while you wait. I'll be right back.
Thank you. Much obliged.
So for now she's gone off. Let's talk to a couple of people.
Excuse me, gentlemen. Would you be so kind as to help me?
With pleasure, ma'am.
The zipper always comes down on my dress. Would you kindly zip it back up?
Can I, Sonny?
What am I, your mother? Do what you want, for God's sake.
Happy to help, ma'am.
Oh, what a gallant young man.
Clucking lords.
It looks like a mini game. I have to actually zip this girl back up. Ay ay ay. Alright, let's... I apologize if there is any background noise in the back. We have a minor situation here, but let's try to zip this girl back up. Slowly. We have to be very cautious. Looks like we've passed this mini game.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can I try again?
If you'd really like to.
Please be more careful this time.
I will be, ma'am.
Let's try this again. Should we? Oh! I don't know why the glass would break, but let's take a look.
Oh, I'm sorry.
If you'd really...
I will be, ma'am.
Let's try this again. Do you have to be like really slow? Let's see. Okay. Slowly, 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 slowly. Can I keep going?
Oh, thank you, honey.
Marty, ma'am. Marty McChicken.
Thank you, darling Marty. I'm much obliged.
Anytime, ma'am. Anytime.
That was the hardest minigame ever, trying to zip a lady's dress back up. Let's talk to the lemur now.
She's what I call an exotic beauty.
Well, that's one way to put it.
Hey, every animal's the most beautiful thing in the world to someone.
Yeah, you're right.
Oof, I don't know about you, but I go weak in the knees for stripes.
Please, Marty, I don't want to know. And I don't care. Keep it to yourself. And let's get out of here quickly.
Can't I even talk to you anymore?
You can. Ask about the weather, or how's my lower back. Those two are even connected if you want to know.
Yeah, old fart.
Okay.
Beauty is relative.
Seems that we can't talk to the lemur lady. Let's see if we can talk to the dog dame.
These brides are elegant, just like Laszlo said.
Lewis.
What do you think could be the old rabbit's type? Fluffy tails? Furry ears? A raspy tongue?
Oh, for the love of all the gods, stop it.
But just think about it.
Please, shut up, Marty.
Let's take a look at the pictures, shall we? Oh my, what is this?
Holy fur. You swallowed so hard, the whole place shook.
Are you kidding me? I've never seen anything like this before. Is this even legal?
Why wouldn't it be?
I don't know. Vice?
You really must be joking. Vice in Clawville?
Okay, I was pulling your leg. But still, it's a little hot in here.
Oh, cool down, Marty. Don't even look over there. Remember Laura, your wonderful girlfriend, whom you love more than anything.
You don't need to tell me. All I'm thinking about is her.
With a hatchet in her hand.
More like my nuggets.
That's...
Laura.
That's it, Marty. Just slowly turn away from the pictures.
Laura.
That's it, Marty. Just slowly turn away from the pictures.
At least we know that we shouldn't be looking at any more of these pictures for now. Let's talk to the bird fella.
Yeesh. That guy's stare gives me the creeps.
I can see why.
I've always told myself that birds are weird.
What did you just say?
Huh? What? Me? Nothing.
Okay, let's go and... That's the door over there. We're still waiting for that lady to come back. Maybe we should keep talking to the foxy lady.
May I invite you gentlemen for a drink, perhaps?
No, thank you. We're in a hurry.
Oh.
Guess not.
May I invite you, gentlemen? May I?
Oopsie daisy. Is there anything else that we can see? We've got a picture here. That's a very nice tiger.
That woman, she's familiar.
Do you think it's her? The broad from the Bloody New Year's?
God damn it, Marty. Do you have to say it out loud? It gives me goosebumps.
Chicken bumps, more like.
Anyway, I don't know if it's really her. I always get confused by the exotic ones, but yeah, maybe.
Honestly, it gives me the creeps.
Yeah, me too.
Wonder if I can look at this picture again and see if there's any more dialogue unlocked.
Anyway, she's a very attractive gal, huh? And this photo is really something. Very, artistic.
You call that art?
This is what real art is about, Sonny. It's beautiful and mysterious.
Well, you should have seen the picture on Natasha's wall. Your heart would have skipped a beat for sure.
Wait, what picture? Talk to me.
Nothing. Forget it. It's not important.
Hey, you're not getting off that easily. I want to know.
No, my friend, you have to earn that.
You're a real bastard, you know?
I know, Marty.
Okay. Seems that we don't have anything else here. It's just a picture. Is she back yet? We can look at this final picture as well. Okay, we have no idea what this picture is.
I don't even know. Good gods!
Hey, keep it down, Marty.
I see it now. Of all that's furry.
Yes, it's very furry. Or more like, shaggy.
Wonder if Marty's gonna have any more conversation unlocked.
This picture, this one's really artistic for a change.
Okay, let's go back out. Wonder if she's back yet. Bird fella. Okay, we have a codex entry that's unlocked. Flip through the codex entries. The Bloody New Year's Eve. Started with a strange call and an unexpected visit from a tigress, and ended in a hatching house where the duo had to witness an unprecedented massacre. Sonny became personally involved in the case where a strange figure in a top hat targeted his family, but escaped before he could have been apprehended. In truth, the case was never officially closed, but under the pressure of the Attorney General, the papers had reported as the glorious triumph of the chicken police. This is where the legend originates from. Started by an unfortunate lie. Okay. Could be the same tigress we were talking about. Should we exit and go outside? Because right now the zebra hasn't come back yet. Zebra lady. She's gone. She's gone for now. Don't know how long she's gonna keep us waiting. Should we stay here? Is there anything else we can go for the door and see what's on the other side?
I apologize for the wait. Please, come with me, gentlemen.
So you were successful?
My mistress, Madame Zaiwass, would like to meet you.
You mean that, Madame Zaiwass?
As far as I know, there's only one of her, so yes.
Please, miss, take us to her.
With pleasure.
Madame Zaiwass was a legend in Clawville. Her name was known all over the wilderness. She's an avid royalist, former member of the Council of 12, spy master, assassin, businesswoman, and courtesan. To be honest, I didn't even know she was still alive. She's no spring chicken, that's for sure. She could also be my mother, or maybe my grandmother. First Ibn Wessler, now her. Honestly, tonight it wouldn't surprise me if His Majesty Hector III didn't grace me with his presence.
Seems that we've unlocked a new character. And her name is Madame Zaiwass. There's an alley crocodile. Let's take a look at the clues that we have so far. There's an extra clue here. The legendary spy and courtesan, Madame Zaiwass, runs the brothel. We better be careful. Her reputation is known all throughout the wilderness. Let's look at the file on her before anything else. Here we go. So, Zaiwass, species crocodile. Her smile is fake, her story is fake, but the danger is real. Let's look at the personal information. Madame Zaiwass is a spy and a courtesan, who was already a legend when I was still just a little chick. There were tales about her beauty and her lethal coldness. Time never stopped for her either, but she doesn't seem any less dangerous than what the legends say. Now she spends her days as the owner of the luxury brothel, the Sweltering Nile. I guess that's why she calls it the Sweltering Nile. Let's look it around. Let us look around the room, see if we can find anything interesting before we talk to her. Every kind of book. 49 Years of the Reptile.
There are books here on quite a variety of topics.
Death of the Horse.
There are books here on quite a variety of topics.
Slime and Punishment. One Key to the Animal Mind. Obviously, there are a couple of puns here. For example, I recognize this as, 7 Pieces of My Mind. Slime and Punishment reminds me of Crime and Punishment, for example. 49 Years of the Reptile is... I forgot. Right now, I don't have any book titles that come up to mind, but maybe at a later time it might jog my memory. If any of you guys know the puns with some of the titles, let us know in the comments below. And over here we have a picture of Zaiwass. Very, very exotic picture of Zaiwass.
What a painting! Congratulations, ma'am.
Marty.
Yes. It's beautiful indeed. It's more than 40 years old. You know, I was considered pretty then.
Oh, don't say that. You still look great, ma'am.
Thank you. It feels good, but no. There's no need for lies. Those days are long gone. Every age has its truth and its beauty. For me, beauty is not in the looks anymore.
I agree, ma'am.
See if we can unlock any other dialogue.
Yes, this is the Zaiwass from the legends. Beautiful and deadly.
We've already looked at the picture. Excuse me. And let's see, we've got a dead clock here.
Is that the time already?
Have you noticed your clock's not working?
How observant you are. That clock isn't meant to show the time. It's a decoration. A memento.
It's beautiful.
Indeed.
Do we have any extra dialogue?
There's something weird about that clock.
For sure, it's got a couple of... It's not working, and it's got a hole in it, but let's see if it comes into play later. Let's look at the tribal artifacts.
Interesting pieces.
Do you think so? It's the art of my people.
Crocodiles?
There are many kinds of crocodile in the wilderness, Mr. Featherland. This is the art of the Nilenites.
Ah, hence the name, the Sweltering Nile.
It's a river, Mr. Featherland. My ancestors lived by this river a long time ago.
Ah, interesting.
Thank you.
Well, at least we know where she came from. Let's take a look at the codex. The Nilonite is an ancient culture gone extinct. It used to be a huge, substantial empire in the southwestern tropical region of the wilderness. One famous, still living representative of this culture is Madame Zaiwass, a legendary spy master and courtesan. Okay. What else can we do in this room? Seems there's nothing else I can click. Let's talk to her ourselves.
So she is the legendary Madame Zaiwass. Let me introduce myself properly, ma'am.
Mr. Santino, I know who you are. And I also know your partner. The legend of the chicken police is always one step ahead of the chicken police.
Thank you. That's flattering.
May I ask what you are looking for exactly? Here on this night?
You know, that's an interesting question. The card we've shown your lovely colleague
Belongs to an old friend of ours, whom we haven't seen for a long time here.
And the name?
Unfortunately, no, Mr. Santino. That's confidential information. In my line of work, discretion is everything.
Well, you know, in our line of work, the law is above everything.
Oh, do you think so? I could tell you what your colleagues think is also above everything, but as I said, discretion.
Look, ma'am, we don't want to impose. We're conducting a private investigation, which started off as harmless, but now it's murder.
That sounds serious.
It is serious. That's why we'd be grateful for your help.
In that case, I'm at your service. Ask your questions, and I'm going to answer to the best of my knowledge. As long as you're not wading through muddy waters.
Fortunately, I swim very well for a chicken.
I swim well, too.
Time to ask some questions. Here we've got the strange card, Lewis Hayworth, strange list of names, and a Sweltering Nile.
As I was saying, it belongs to us. Only our most valuable guests have one of these. And our employees, of course.
The employees, too. Good to know. Can you tell me if this card belonged to a guest or an employee?
No.
I thought so. Yes, thank you.
Seems not. Let's ask about Lewis.
Lewis Hayworth is a good friend of mine. It surprises me that he's a regular here.
You wouldn't believe our clientele. You would be shocked.
No doubt. Lewis, does he come here often?
Not so often.
Thank you for the vague answer, ma'am.
The mystery is thrilling. The thrill is life itself.
That was beautiful, ma'am.
Let's ask about the strange list of names.
Tell me, have you ever seen this list?
I have.
Am I right to assume it has something to do with the Sweltering Nile?
It does, yes. But I can't tell you more about it. No.
Discretion is key.
Absolutely.
She's not gonna tell us a lot, give us a lot of information, but let's ask about Natasha.
Do you know Natasha Katsenko personally?
Yes, I do.
Tell me about her.
Warm-hearted, protective, quick-tempered, fierce. Yes, fierce.
Thank you. Very useful.
And this is Sweltering Nile.
This place isn't just our home with the girls. It's a sanctuary.
Really? How?
It symbolizes why the city was founded almost 1,000 years ago. Unity, love, freedom.
Interbreeding?
That too, yes. Do you have a problem with that?
Oh, don't get me wrong. I don't. My girlfriend's a predator.
Really? I'm glad to hear it.
Okay, we have unlocked the questioning function. Let's do this, guys.
Deceit is everything to Zaiwass. She used to be a spy, so I'm gonna take her every word with a grain of salt.
Who is behind the legend, Miss Zaiwass? Who are you really? The focus. Deceit is everything to Zaiwass. She used to be a spy, so I'm gonna take... Okay, so right now she has a very deceptive impression, and it's quite obvious that she doesn't seem to like us much, and it's in the negative. So we'll try to get her into the positive over here. This is the only option, so let's go with this.
Who's behind the legend, Miss Zaiwass? Who are you, really?
Just an animal raised to survive, Mr. Featherland. And because I've been taught, I know how to survive. I always was what I had to be.
And you managed to dodge my question. Clever.
Well, you see, this is one of the typical elements of survival. The way of dodging a delicate question and still making the questioner believe he got the answer. But you're too cunning and experienced, aren't you? You're not an easy one to fool.
I'm trying to maintain appearances, ma'am.
You should. Appearances, most of the time, are stronger and more dangerous than the truth.
Okay. We've got the survivor impression. We're still somewhere in the negative. One of them could be, tell me, were you really the king spy? And we can ask, isn't it dangerous being a royalist nowadays? Or we can ask about the first question.
Tell me, were you really the king's spy?
If that's such an open secret, then I haven't been doing my job very well, isn't that right? Yes, I was a spy. But that's such a blunt way of putting it. I always say I used to undertake confidential, generally political assignments of a delicate nature for the king that were in the interests of national security.
Put that way, it sounds rather romantic.
Don't believe the cheap fiction, Mr. Featherland. Espionage is anything but romantic.
I believe you, madam.
If you must know, I only did it because I believed I could protect those that I serve. Weapons have only one use in this world: to keep the peace. Yes, I always thought about myself and my craft that way.
Thank you for your honesty, ma'am.
Okay, so she's a very protective person, and we are slightly edging more into the positive. Why do you decide to open a brothel? What is the identity of the card owner so delicate? What is the Sweltering Nile really just sort of... We can ask... Well, for now we can go with the slightly safe question, because this middle one seems a little too indiscreet. And also the third one. Let's go with the first one.
Why did you decide to open a brothel?
You know, this place used to be an orphanage. Then after the Great Avian Plague, a hatchery. Then, young mothers lived here who had nowhere else to go. That's when I took over.
Young mothers and prostitutes. That feels like a sharp turn.
No, it didn't happen like that, of course. The process took 20 years, but one thing remains the same. I wanted to help girls who had nothing and no one. To help them.
And this was the best you could do, helping them sell their bodies.
You see things very superficially, Mr. Featherland. We're a family who helped each other even at the worst of times, took care of each other, and what's most important, survived. Yes, survive, no matter the cost.
And it's the cherry on top of the most treasured secrets of the rich and famous.
Very insightful, Mr. Featherland. There's truth to that. Knowledge is power, as they say. And we know a lot about powerful animals that could be used as weapons. Or the opposite. That could avert a war.
Okay, we've added a little bit more positive into the detective meter. If I guess who the card belongs to, will you tell me?
If I guess who the card belongs to, will you tell me?
I wouldn't say that's an acceptable price for such a secret as this, but if you guess right, I won't lie to you. Then, I will tell you you were right. Yes.
Good. Let's see. The answer to my question. Natasha Katsenko.
Well, Mr. Featherland, it seems the gossip about you is right. What gave it away?
It couldn't have been easier. There's a beautiful woman with a mysterious past, trying to keep it a secret, while someone's threatening her with the exact same thing, leaving rather unmistakable messages behind. Plus, we found the card on Deborah, who was her best friend and confidant, so she was either trying to hide it or destroy it forever, so no one could find out the truth. Am I right so far?
Indeed, Mr. Featherland.
So if I'm not mistaken, Natasha used to work for you before she met Ibn Wessler. He fell in love with her, gave her a job at the Millions Club. The rest is history.
You have talent, Mr. Featherland. I'm really sorry you're not working for the government.
I am working for the government. I'm a cop.
Are you sure, Mr. Featherland?
Touché.
Indeed. Natasha used to work here. We can put it that way, but you know, this isn't just a workplace. She also lived here. She was part of our family, and we still love her very much.
Right. That puts everything in a different light. Zaiwass is a true survivor, always was. And she's proud of that, even to this day. Maybe I can get her to trust me if I play to this part of her.
Okay, we've added a little bit more positive into the detective meter. And we have the dangerous impression. The first one is we try to protect her from what? Why did you take her him? Maybe you saw yourself, Natasha. Everyone from the city thinks. So as a change, trying to shape her into your image. And then, let's see. A little bit indecisive here. All of them could potentially throw me back into the negatives. Maybe everyone in the city thinks you're dangerous. Okay. Why is that? You try to shape her, so you take her in. Maybe you saw yourself. No, I could go with why did you take her in?
Why did you take her in? Maybe you saw yourself in Natasha.
She was only 17 when she knocked on the rear entrance of the brothel on an unusually cold, rainy night. I opened the door myself.
Was Natasha alone?
Yes, completely alone. Her left arm was slashed with an ugly wound, and she was frozen to the bone, barefoot, only a thin nightgown on her.
Did she tell you what happened to her?
After I brought her into the house, warmed her up, and changed her into new clothes, that was the first thing I asked. But no, she didn't tell me. We became very good friends, but I still don't know what happened to her and where she came from, or how she knew about this place and the rear entrance.
And you weren't bothered by all those secrets?
That would have been very hypocritical of me, don't you think? No, it didn't bother me. I make a living out of secrets, Mr. Featherland.
I see.
Well, at least we know a little bit more about Natasha.
Do you know where Natasha came from before Clawville?
Naturally. The poor dear couldn't even deny it. Even her name's eloquent, her accent, but mostly her manners, Mr. Featherland. She's from Zaiwass, and she belonged to the upper class of Stavonian social circles. She could barely even speak the language when I first met her.
That's all you know about her. An ex-spy like you must have checked up on her new protege's past.
That's the most exciting thing. Yes, I have. Multiple times putting my most treasured connections to good use. But nobody found anything. Natasha's trail could only be traced back to the Stavonian border. What happened in that country, no one knows.
It's rather curious, don't you think?
It is, Mr. Featherland. Yes, curious. That's why I've always been rather fond of Natasha.
Did it touch you deeply when she left you?
Indeed, it did.
Zaiwass is protective. It seems she's dedicating her whole life to her protégés. If I concentrate on that, maybe she'll open up to me.
Seems that I've got a little bit more positive. Didn't it occur to you that you could exploit Natasha and Ibn's relationship? Have you kept in touch? Why did you let her leave with Wesley? Let's go with number 2.
Have you kept in touch?
Only occasionally, Mr. Featherland. She writes to me every few weeks, and very rarely we talk on the phone. But I haven't heard from her in weeks. The truth is, I've started to worry about her.
Did she give no sign of being in trouble?
Never. No. Natasha's not the kind to talk about her feelings.
Yeah, I've noticed that myself.
Were you angry at her for leaving? Afraid she might blab secrets? When was the last time you saw her? We'll go with the second question.
When was the last time you saw her, Madame Zaiwass?
Maybe around 2 months ago. There was a ball, attended by Ibn Wessler, his beautiful mate Natasha, and myself. Yes.
Was she herself? Did you feel like she was afraid or worried about something?
On the contrary, she was unrestrained, free, radiant. She was in love. Yes, in her own unique way.
What do you mean?
You know Natasha loves on a different level than most Clawville women. Or most women in the wilderness, in fact. Maybe it's because of the Stovonian origins. Perhaps it's something else.
So you didn't notice anything strange about her?
Well, if anything could be called strange, it was that I saw a woman positively floating above the ground, who previously used to stand on it with 2 feet.
I see. Thank you, madam.
Okay, how did you feel when you learned Natasha was going to leave? That's the only question left.
How did you feel when you learned Natasha was going to leave?
Honestly, I was very hurt. I loved her as a daughter. How would you have felt?
I couldn't say.
And I still couldn't stop her, and you know why?
Of course I do. Because you loved her.
You've been in my shoes before, am I right, Detective? Yes, I can feel you have.
This isn't about me, madam. Please stop changing the subject.
I have felt betrayed on a certain level. Yes, and offended, and alone. Even amongst all my friends.
Were you disappointed in her?
Only in myself, Mr. Featherland. But I have a hunch you know this feeling very well.
Yes, you're right. Well, thank you for your time, madam.
Anytime, Detective. Yes, anytime.
Awesome, we got Living Legend. Final thoughts, perfect job, exactly how you would have done 10 years ago. Beware Clawville, Sonny, Featherland, and the Chicken Police are back in action. So we have an important clue, which is Natasha worked at the Sweltering Nile brothel before Ibn Wessler discovered her and got her out of there.
Please, gentlemen, wait here a moment. I would like to show you something that could help you.
Oh, that's excellent news. Thank you. We will wait.
Do you trust her?
Not in the slightest. Even her smile is fake. This woman wallowed in other animals' secrets until she became one too.
That's exactly how I feel.
Anyway, now that we're here, we can take a better look around.
Just what I was thinking.
Okay, we've unlocked quite a couple of things. We have extra clues. Natasha worked at this Sweltering Nile before. A little bit more about Natasha. Do we have any more? She came from the northern Tsardom of Stovania, from where her family had to flee. Later, when Natasha reached the city of Clawville, she was already an orphan. set. Seems that she has started a second page too. We know where Natasha came to Clawville from, but there are several years in her life that are completely dark. So we've seen this before. Yeah, we've seen this as well. Let us look at Zaiwass. We've seen this one before. Zaiwass and Natasha did not only know each other, but had a serious, close relationship. Not even Zaiwass could trace every piece of Natasha's obscure past, even though she tried to utilize all of her connections and influence in the matter. That's how mysterious Natasha is. Nobody can even dig any past about her before she entered Clawville. It touched her deeply when Natasha, whom she loved like a daughter, left the Mile for Ibn Wesley. Okay. Anyway, guys, I'll stop here for now. We'll come back next time to raid Madam's room. And if you like this video, just leave a thumbs up. Just give me a like. And I hope you enjoyed the series because this has been really beautiful so far. And thank you again for watching. I'll see you next time.